Hey guys, Laro's World here, and this is our part 2 series of the Mean Treats of Gadgetzan card reveal. We just did the Druid video in the Druid cards last video, so if you want to check that out, click the link right here, there, I'm not sure yet. For this one, we're going to go on to, let's check it out, Hunter. And this should be interesting. Alright, let's just start. So first we got Don Honcho. This is a 7 mana, 5/6. You have a random minion in your hand, +5/5. So on his own, he's not a good body. He's a 5/6, but he does give a minion in your hand +5/5. He's also a one of those family cards, meaning that he's not just playing Hunter decks. He's playing the other two that are coupled with Hunter. So he gives a random minion in your hand +5/5, which means he's giving away 10, 11 of value, like total stats, for 7. So 14 to 21, you're talking about the vanilla stat ratio there. So that's good in itself, but at the same time, it's pretty slow. And we're talking about specifically how these cards relate to the Hunter class. So I think I'm gonna. Oh, and just so you guys know, it's playing the last video as well. It's on a 1 through 10 basis. 1 to 4 means I don't think it's going to be played, and then different strengths. 5 to 6 means, or 4 to 6, 5 to 6 means I think it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be played or not. It's a maybe. I'm not exactly sure. And then 7 and on is I think it's going to be played. Again, all the different strengths depending on the number associated with it. I'm going to give this one in terms of Hunter for I think a 4. I think it's too slow. I think that with the Hunter hero power, again. People say this time and time again, and it's just true that Hunter really has 2 strategies: one mid-range, one aggro, or just face. And I don't think it can deviate from that very well. Yeah, so I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10. Next, we got Piranha Launcher. This is a weapon for 5 costs, 2 attack, 4 durability, and after your hero attacks, summon a 1/1 Piranha. Interesting, very interesting. This seems kind of bad, right? Like, that's my initial impression, is that this is just like bad. Like, you get a 1/1 Piranha. You can attack every turn, but it's turn 5. You're only getting 2 damage out. That means you wouldn't even be able to get the full effect of this until turn 9. There may be some goofy deck. I actually don't know what the Piranha does. So maybe if there's an effect I don't know of that could affect this. Just to let you know, this is all raw. I haven't been up with Hearthstone in a while, so I'm coming back to card games, and this is kind of like my intro into it. I'm going to give this like a 2 or 3. I don't think this is very playable at all. And the reason being, it's too slow. Its 2 attack is very underwhelming. Its 4 durability is nice, and the 1 Piranha is nice, but that's about it. If this is a 4, maybe. If this is a 4, this would be a little bit better. It's a little bit quicker at that point, but it's not my favorite weapon. All right, next we're moving on to Knuckles, a 5 mana 3/7. After this, starting over. After this attacks a minion, it also hits the enemy hero. That's interesting. So its stat vanilla total value isn't that great. However, it is a 3/7. That 7 health is a lot better than, for example, if it's like a 7/3 or something. So that's okay. After this attacks a minion, it also hits the enemy hero. So it says when this attacks. So if it's attacked, it doesn't like do any damage back. So you have to wait a turn. I'm gonna give this, I think, a 5 or 6. I'm not exactly sure. It could be playable, but it's very slow. Its stats are a little overwhelming, and if this card read when this minion takes damage, also deal damage to the enemy hero, that would actually be very good. But it's only when this attacks. So yeah, no, I'm gonna give this a 5 or 6. It's a maybe, but I'm kind of leaning toward it being weaker than stronger. Next we have Dispatch Kodo. 4 mana Battle Cry, 4 mana 2/4 Battle Cry. Deal damage equal to this minion's attack. And then you can buff things in your hand and then do more damage. That's interesting. So if it was buffed once, it'd be a 3/4 or a 4/4. And with that, you're doing, 3. It's a finisher. It's a body. I'm gonna have to see the other cards to accurately rate this. So I'm actually only gonna go for 5 to 6 right now, just I'm not sure how the entire Hunter class structures with it, so I can't make it an exact, accurate intelligent viewpoint for you guys here. But this could be good if the next Hunter variant is relying upon buffing creatures in your hand. So it could be good. Grime Street Smuggler, another family card, a 3-mana 2/4. Give a battle cry. Give a random minion in your hand +1/+1. This card's solid. It's nothing too special about it, but it's a good stat value. 2/4 is much better than a 4/2. If there's no like stealth or anything like that. And if you are going again for that hunter variant where you're giving things in your hand, it helps ramp up while getting an on-curve body. So yeah, I think this is playable. I think this is a 7. I don't think it's like gonna break the game or anything, but yeah, it's a decent card. Okay, next is Rat Pack, a 3-cost 2/2 death rattle. Summon a number of 1/1 rats equal to this minion's attack. Jeez, this is like really good, right? No. Okay, so I like to think about things like before I actually make a big thing. I like to just jump on board with stuff. So it's a 3-mana 2/2 death rattle. Summon a number of 1/1 rats equal to this minion's attack. So at minimum, it's a 3-mana 4/4 if you add up all the bodies, but it's split over 2 bodies and it has a death rattle effect. So not only does it a couple of other death rattle things, not that that's necessarily important, but it also is split. So even if you kill it, you have to deal with 2 1/1s with things like Haunted Creeper and Infested Wolf, so that's ridiculous. But it's also 1 mana less than Infested Wolf, which is actually better. It's more face, it's more aggro oriented, excuse me. And you can buff it. So if it was buffed like 1 or 2 times, you're now talking about a 3-mana 5/5 6/6 potentially with the number of rats you spawn, plus the attack that you gave it. This card's really good. This card is strong. Wow. I give this card a 9. Yeah, I mean it's better than Infested Wolf. It's arguably better than Haunted Creeper. Almost. It's a very good card. And if the rats are a beast, which I'm sure they are, it's even more broken. This card's excellent. Really great addition. So next we have Shaky Zip Gunner. It's a 3-mana 3/3 death rattle. Give a random minion in your hand +2/+2. So on curve it's okay. I mean it's a vanilla body. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a death rattle fit, which can be silenced, but it hasn't been going around a lot lately. Although it could change in this next expansion. Who knows when silence will ever eventually come back. And it gives a random minion in your hand +2/+2. So I'm thinking like they're pushing the +2, the plus stats to your hand variant. You use this on you get Dispatch Kodo, becomes a 4/4, a 4-mana 4/4 that deals damage equals minion's attack. You get it on a Rat Pack, a 3-mana 4/2 that summons 4 rats. That plays very well into that strategy. And it's on curve. Yeah, I think this is playable. I'm not sure exactly. There might be better cards in the Hunter arsenal that we can play for 3-mana that will make it rotate it out. But I think it's definitely playable. I'd definitely maybe give it 7 out of 10. Yeah, a solid 7 out of 10. Maybe even an 8. Maybe an 8. I'd have to think about it more. It's somewhere in there, though. It's definitely going to be played. Next we have is Hidden Cache, the 2-mana secret. And after your opponent plays a minion, give a random minion in your hand +2/+2. So you're getting 4 cost or stats worth of value. If your opponent plays a minion, so it's going to trigger. I mean, even like Secret or even Frost Mage or Control Warrior plays minions, and you're again going with the Rat Pack, Dispatch Kodo, buffing things in your hand. I don't know, but it's kind of underwhelming. Like now, like doing something like Hidden Catch, they play a minion, and then turn 3 you play something like a Rat Pack. That would be like pretty devastating. Or Hidden Cache, they play a minion, coin, Dispatch Kodo. That would also be very good. So there are situations I could see where it would be good, but it is a little slow. I'm a little unsure about it. I'm not sure if it's impactful enough, but if you have enough minions that get buffed when you give them a stats and it's rigged or it's overpowered, kind of like I think Rat Pack is pretty overpowered, it could be good. I'm gonna give it a 6, 5 to 6. I'm just not sure, but it could be played. Next we have Grime Street Informant, another family card. Battle Cry, discover a Hunter, Paladin, or Warrior card. A 2-mana 1/1. A 2-mana 1/1 Battle Cry. Discover a Paladin, Hunter, or Warrior card. I think this card's good. I think this card's good because, well, 2-mana 1/1's a little underwhelming. You're still early, so Hunter, again, sticking to that theme, it likes early stuff. And it's giving you access to Paladin or Warrior cards, which there's quite a few good ones. I mean, Brawl, Execute, True Silver Champion, Tyrion. And it's also giving you access to your own potential outs. If you get like High Main, Kill Command, Unleash the Hounds, things that you could need. And 1/1 is still painful to deal with. I actually like it. I don't know exactly if it'll be like, you know, auto included, but I definitely give it maybe a 7, 7 to 8. It's definitely better than the Druid one. The Druid one is awful in comparison to this. This will be played for sure. Yeah, 7 or 8. Alright, so next we got the Trog Beast Rager. It's a 2 mana 3/2. Battle Cry, give a random beast in your hand +1/+1. Let me check. Is Rat Pack and Dispatch Code of Beast? They are. Battle Cry, give a random beast in your hand +1/+1. So it's a 2 mana vanilla cost. It's a same as like a Razorfin Raptor. And it specifies a beast. Now, why is that important? Well, you can't buff other things. For example, you can't buff itself. You couldn't like buff the other things, but the beast that you have in your hand. It makes it so that it activates your Rat Pack and Dispatch Code if you have it in your hand automatically. It takes the RNG out of it because now if you have Rat Pack and Trog Beast Rager, it's just gonna happen. And literally, oh Jesus, it could go turn 2 Trog Beast Rager, turn 3 Rat Pack, easy. And it's on curve as a 3/2. And it's a Battle Cry, not a Death Rattle. Which, pros and cons, but Battle Cry means it just happens automatically. You don't have to worry about it. I like this. No, I think I like this card. I'm going to give it a... 7 or 8. I mean, that and Rat Packs are very strong together. And mulliganing for those and getting those in turn 2, 2, and 3 is going to be, like, deadly. Yeah, 7 or 8 for sure. Next, we got Smuggler's Crate. Give a random beast in your hand +2/+2 for 1 mana. Again, going with the Rat Pack Dispatch Kodo. It's only beast, but it's your turn 1 play, so your turn 2 is gonna be much stronger. I mean, fuck, your Razorfin. Sorry for cursing, but your Razorfin Raptor to be a 5/4 on turn 2. It seems strong. I'm not sure if. It might, I mean, for a very aggressive board control Rat Pack, Dispatch Kodo deck, especially with the neutrals I haven't gone over yet, it seems okay. I'm going to give it a 7. I'm not entirely sure. It could be stronger than that. It honestly could be, but it could be a little bit weaker too. I'm going to give it a 7. I think it's going to see play because it's a 1 mana. It's something you do first turn. And then, oh, this one's adorable. So 1 mana, 1/1. Battle Cry, summon a 1/1 cat. Battle Cry, summon a 1/1 cat. This card's great. It's first turn. It's split into 2 bodies, which means second turn, things like Mage with a Hero Power, Druid, Rogue can't get past it because they will, only be able to kill one instead of the other. And you can buff it later on. You could buff it in your hand, which wouldn't be the greatest, I guess. But it still wouldn't be bad for 1 mana. You're getting pretty good value there. This card's good. It's like it's not like a web spinner, but like it's as effective as a web spinner used to be. And people forget too. It very early turn 1 having 1/1s on the board is kind of like it's hard. It's hard for some classes to deal just 1 damage at a time and deal these things. No, I like it. I think it's 7 or 8 too. So. After we do all these that we just did, we also go through the entire kind of the class as a whole, and we also baseline a 1 through 10. We gave Druid, I believe, a 7 because we weren't sure about the Jade Golem variants. This one, when we're looking at Rat Pack, we're looking at things like Alley Cat, Trog Berserker. They have some okay ones like Shaky Zip Gunner. It's all right. Smuggler's Crate might be all right. They also have access to Grim State Informant, which gives them access to Paladin and Warrior cards at a very low cost. Even Dispatch Kodo could be something that's playable. Maybe. I think this class as a whole is going to be very strong. I think I'm going to give it probably an 8 out of 10 in terms of how the meta might shape up. There might be better things. I haven't gone through the whole, like I can't see the whole curve in front of me, so I don't want to say it's a 9 or 10 out of 10 yet because 10 out of 10 is perfect, like broken mid-range shaman right now kind of thing. And then 9 out of 10 is pretty close to that, but it's either an 8 or 9. I think Rat Pack's too strong, and they have access to Rat Pack and Infested Wolf. Think about that. Like that's very, very powerful. All right, guys. Well, this is Laurel's World. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you want to check out again the Druid video, definitely check it out over here, wherever it is. And then we'll be doing the next one soon, which will be somewhere around here too. So if you guys like my content, like my analysis, definitely subscribe, and I appreciate you guys, sticking around for the whole explanation. All right, talk to you guys soon. Signing out.